Good morning everyone, my name's Holly Mackay, I'm Managing Director of the Platforum. I'm joined today by Andy Beswick, Director of Sales Intermediary at Aviva, and of course very importantly our new platform Goldfish, Bips and Bait, making their debut on Platforum TV, as is Andy. Welcome Andy.
Wow, me and the goldfish.
There's something to live up to. Andy, Aviva's been in the market for a while now and you copped a fair bit of flack over the lifetime experience. What's different in 2012 from Aviva Wrap?
I think the first thing is we did get a lot of flack, and rightly so, for the lifetime experience, but we learned a huge amount from it. We worked incredibly hard to put right what needed to be put right, and we learned massively about how you build repeatable, robust processes that need to underline any platform. So I think that's the first thing we got. I think secondly, we are really, really clear about what we stand for in the marketplace. We know what we want to be, and we believe that we know how we're going to go about doing that. I think the final thing to say is we've got some really good partners working with us to make sure that our technology and our servicing are as good as they can be.
Okay, so you said you know where you want to play in the market. You know a bit of a bugbear of mine at the moment is platforms not being really clear about saying this is the sort of business we're good at supporting. So there's a challenge. You know, what sort of business are you good at supporting? What sort of business do you want advisors to place with you?
I think we're building and this is a chosen specialist subject of mine, if I go on too long, please stop me. We're building a platform that suits the vast majority of the UK population needs, I believe. What that means is we're building something that has functionality that is appropriate to the majority, and it means therefore we're ruling out some things that we don't believe are appropriate to the majority. So if you want high-end off-platform discretionary fund management, that's not what our platform stands for. If you want complicated offshore bond wrappers, that won't be us. If you want complex share dealing services, that won't be us. We want to build a functional, effective platform that the majority can use, and it is priced accordingly. People won't pay for what they don't need.
Okay, so a simple platform, is it fair to position it that way? And when you say the majority, I mean, do you put a pound amount on it? Are you targeting customers with £100,000, with £50,000? Is that how you see it?
We've thought about this really, really hard, Holly, and it's hard. It's difficult to say this is our target market, because the minute you come out with a number, people say, well, anything above that, that's not what you do. I prefer to think about it as, are the services that we offer on our platform suitable to the needs of the customer? So I think there'll be some very high net worth people that want a simple, streamlined, effective platform with the backing of the brand of Aviva. I think the majority of people though will have lower investable amounts, and we will fit in alongside others in a multi-platform strategy.
Okay, so multi-platform strategy, so you believe that most advisors will, if they haven't already, adopt at least two platforms in their business. Is that the way you see it heading?
I think so. If you look at what the regulators say and you look at the mood music coming from there, I think it'll be very hard for people to have just one platform. There'll be some where that works, where you've got very specific client banks, but I think in the majority of cases there will be more than one platform. 2 or 3 feels an optimum amount, and I think we can play a really, really good part as one of those 2 or 3 platforms.
Yeah. I'm sort of laughing there when you said mood music coming from the regulator, and just imagining, I think we might have a competition about what mood music.
I'll play that game with you. I think it will be quite somber.
Well, possibly. So Andy, give me 3 bullet points. You know, what does Aviva Wrap do really well?
I think I've touched on it already. We're clear about our marketplace. We're building functionality that we believe is appropriate to that marketplace, and as a consequence of that, our charges can be very, very competitive. I don't think being very, very price competitive in this market is a bad thing. If you build what people need and only charge for what people need, I think you can build a highly price competitive platform. That's what we've done. Secondly, we're transparent, we're unbundled, and I don't want us to have hidden charges. I don't want us to bring in opaque charging structures that I don't think will serve any of us any good if we're not giving clear customer charging. So that's the second thing. Thirdly, we are a big insurance company. We have a great platform capability, but being a big insurance company means we have a really strong distribution reach, and that means we can support advisors through professional examinations. We've got 15,000 members, for example, of our Financial Advisor Academy. We can put more people on the ground to support them in business transformation, and to make sure that the service and the quality of support that we give, I believe, will be better than the majority of our peers in the marketplace.
Okay, so if I sort of had to sum that up, the first point then, sort of simple platform and cheap. I know you're not really allowed to say cheap, but Would that be
I
where you're
prefer
positioning?
great value for money.
Yeah,
But if you want to say
okay,
cheap,
yeah,
you say
okay.
cheap.
Okay, simple and cheap. Transparent. So you have no extra transaction charges. You have that flat 25 basis point fee.
That flat 25 for collectives, it's a tiered charging structure for the self-invested pension, but there are no hidden charges.
Okay. And then you've mentioned the service. Just one point, Andy. You're on that point of being cost effective or great value for money for smaller clients. Some of your peers have sort of made some grumbling noises about you're making a play for some clients that may end up being orphaned clients. Is this a sort of cagey way to go about trying to get some direct clients? I mean, what's Aviva's stance on that?
We have no plans to go direct in the platform space. I think if we are really, really cost effective, we can allow more advisors to service more customers. I think that's in everybody's interests. But this isn't about being cheap to go after orphan clients. This is about being cheap so that advisors can give cost-effective service to their customers.
Okay. Well, thanks for being so candid. Thanks for joining
Thank
me
you.
and the goldfish.
It's been a pleasure.
Have a good day.
Cheers, Andy. Don't tell me you've gone out of shot.
Yeah. Even if I have,
That's it.
no one wants to see me. You know what? I might leave that bit in the video.